Hey guys, it's Bruce. Want to go ahead and share with you some things that I think will help you now and in the future as well. So earlier in the week, I talked about going short on HOG, buying puts on Harley Davidson, ticker symbol is HOG. Now this is interesting. This is also why I talk about scaling into a trade. So if you take a look at Harley Davidson, there were reasons why I said I was starting to go ahead and buy put options on it with the stock starting to roll over and head into the downside. And there's also a reason why I like to scale in. I'd say 90% of the time I scale into a trade. I rarely ever go in full force in the very, very beginning. There's times I do, but it's rare. Most of the time I'm scaling into a trade. This is a perfect example of why you want to do that. So here you can see the line in the sand I had, and I use my stops on the close as most of you know. Intraday, we saw Harley Davidson move above my stop. Now, it doesn't freak me out for a couple of reasons. One, I'm using the close. Number two, I've scaled into the trade. So I start with the smaller position. The stock moves above, and I take advantage. And as I start to see it fade, I take advantage and buy more puts. So now I'm going ahead and I'm scaling into the trade. And I'm not scaling in for pennies. I'm scaling in for big moves that go against me, whether it's to the upside or downside, in this case, to the upside. So here I take a look. We're still in a downtrend. Now, this is what's interesting here. You see that the stock actually moved up. We're up 93 cents right now. But the stock moved up over $1 at one point. And look at this. Look at where the Dow Jones is. The Dow Jones is up over 240 points to the upside. And here we are. This is what I call relative weakness. We could not maintain that move to the upside. We went ahead and made a move to the upside, and then almost immediately started to fade. And you can see that it's continuing that fade. So this long wick, this is what we call an exhaustive wick. This long wick tells you that the bulls just didn't have it in them, even on a up day where we're up over 200 points, didn't have it in them to maintain that upward momentum. And now we start to fade. So while there's nothing that's guaranteed in the market, nothing that's guaranteed in life, actually, this is telling us, this long wick is telling us the high probability says, combined with an up day, tells us that the high probability says the bulls couldn't maintain it. The bears are still in control. And the high probability says there's going to be still more downward movement. How much downward movement? Well, I have my sights. We take a look at charts. I use key pivot points. All this area back here around the $41 area, that's the area that I'm taking a look at. $41 a share is where I'm looking for. And that's not very far from the mark, but it would do my $50 puts quite well. So I have in the money puts on there. They'll be worth $10. I think I got them for 5 something. So I'll have a double on my hands if it moves down to that area. And I think based on the chart, based on what I'm seeing, based on the price action, I think the high probability says I will get this one right. If I don't, not a big deal either. Why? Because my stop right here is at 46.97. We're at 46.57. So it's not that much of a pinch if I get this one wrong. And that's why you want to be able to go ahead and scale into trades and have a backstop, have an uncle point where you say, I'm done with the trade. And if you're like me, I use my uncle point on the close. So I won't take much of a bite if I am wrong on the trade. We'll see. High probability says I should get this one right. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.